Hey folks, it's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Monday, January 27th. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. In this video, we're going to be discussing Cannara Biotech's recent Q1 2025 earnings that came out today. They were absolutely stellar. Shout out to the Cannara team. What a great quarter, and very excited for the company's future. In full disclosure, I do own the stock. And if you haven't seen my MJ portfolio, I've done a couple videos on that. You can check out the most recent one, but we'll take a look at the earnings report. We'll do a quick summary of that. And then at the end, we'll take a look at the chart, what to expect in terms of price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the technicals. But as I mentioned, I do own the stock and not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. You can also like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future content. And you can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And speaking of X, if you're not following Cannara Biotech, you can do so at Cannara Biotech on X. They shared this out earlier today. You can see they have a national market share of 4.1%, and they're growing outside of Quebec, so organically. And personally, I've tried lots of their products and never had a bad experience. I actually have one of their vapes at the moment, and the thing has been lasting for forever. And yeah, they're getting a lot of great feedback just from consumers and bud tenders. Every time I'm in the store, the bud tenders always recommend Tribal products. It's by far one of my favorite brands in the market. So they posted a highlight here: record total revenue of 25.1 million net of excise tax, and a net income of 2.3 million. So they had positive EPS of 0.03 and 25.1 million. There's no analyst covering the stock anymore, I noticed. So there's no estimates to really go off of in terms of beat or miss. But as the company continues to grow, there will be more analyst coverage. And right now it's just on the TSX Venture. So again, there's a lot of growth ahead. Imagine once they start to expand outside of Canada as well into international markets. It's an exciting story, and excited for the future of Cannara as well. But once again, shout out to the Cannara team on a job well done. 15 straight quarters of positive EBITDA, 6 million for Q1 2025, and 5.8 million of positive operating cash flow for the quarter as well. And it trades on the TSXV under ticker LOVE and on the OTC LOVFF. And we had an article here from Green Market Report, very bullish sentiment here from Green Market Report. Cannara Biotech keeps its successful run going with stellar first quarter results. Company is grabbing market share as it rolls out consumer-pleasing products. And they talk about the gross revenue here. Company attributed the increase to organic growth in Quebec and other markets, supported by targeted sales and marketing efforts to expand distribution outside of Quebec. And like I said, I'm in Alberta. Edmonton, Alberta is where I reside. And every time I go into the store now, I see tons of Tribal, Nugs products, Cannara Biotech products all over the store. So they are penetrating the Alberta market quite well here. So you can see here, Cannara Biotech reported Q1 2025 revenue and national market share set stage for continued momentum in 2025. One thing I wanted to highlight here as well: strategic growth ahead. They plan to activate 2 additional grow zones and launch over 20 innovative new products in 2025, positioning the company for continued leadership in the Canadian MJ market. And all figures are in Canadian dollars unless otherwise stated. So I mentioned 4.1% market share. That was an increase of 28% quarter over quarter and 58% increase from the same period from last year. So that is definitely impressive. So we'll go through a little bit quicker. Most people probably have already read this, so I won't just read the article so you can breathe a sigh of relief, but I highly encourage you to check this out. This was an exciting, very impressive quarter, and really just the tip of the iceberg. Just imagine once these extra grow zones are activated, they get distribution outside of Canada as well. There's still a lot of room to grow here in their own backyard in Canada, but and their headquarters in Quebec, but they're very popular in Quebec, but they're starting to make waves here outside of the province and into the rest of Canada. So like I said, massive success story, and it's just the beginning. So we'll scroll down a little bit quicker here. So in terms of market share in Alberta, so yeah, 2.4% right now. BC at 1.5%. So yeah, there's a lot of room to grow here. but that was an increase of 33.3% from Q4 2024, so quarter over quarter, just in Alberta. And let me know if you're from a different province, if you're from BC or Saskatchewan, any of these provinces, what people are saying at, in terms of bud tenders, things like that at your local stores. But like I said, every time I ask somebody in the store, what's your best vape? Usually, I would say 10% of the time, 20% of the time, they're always recommending tribal products, which is quite a bit when you think about it. There's a lot of products out there and a lot of different licensed producers, over 1,000 LPs last time I checked. So there's a lot of competition, and the fact that you're seeing these products recommended. Like I said, I'm in the store weekly, and it's usually, I would say, like I said, 10 to 20% of the time they're recommending Cannara branded products. No one knows Cannara, the name Cannara, but they definitely know the name Tribal and Nugs. They had cash at the end of the quarter, 10.261 million, so just north of 10 million. And like I said, love to see that they are a profitable company. And it's only the beginning. Like I said, just imagine once they start to increase their grow capacity in these extra grow zones. If we take a look at the chart here, this is one of the shining stars in the space at the moment with a sea of red today. You can see that we were the only one in the green as well as IIPR, but we were only up just under 2% there on IIPR in a sea of red. CGC, new all-time low. And we had the DeepSeek kind of rattling the markets today, the AI nonsense. I think it was completely overblown. There was also a cyber attack on DeepSeek at the end of the day, so a lot of things are recovering nicely. SPY was up quite a bit there at the close. If we just take a quick peek here, what did we close at? $5.99, I think. Yeah, so decent recovery there. So seems like manipulation at its finest. And then we also had crypto down quite a bit today. That recovered quite a bit. So I think that was just overblown, and we'll see if markets continue the recovery into tomorrow. I would expect it to do so, and once we start to see the broader market, S&P 500, really get back into all-time highs, that's just going to be tailwinds for this stock, Cannara Biotech. But like I said, standing out in a sea of red today. Also a monthly uptrend that confirmed. So we had our low, high, the bounce, higher low, and higher high. LOVE is one of the only names in the space in a monthly uptrend. So once again, kudos to the Cannara team. That is not something that happens very often. High Tide, another darling in the space, set to report earnings here in a couple of days. That's on the 29th, and that'll be after markets close. So I'll be following that as well. And like I said, I shop at High Tide pretty much 80 to 90% of the time I'm there. And like I said, every time I'm in the store, it's usually 10 to 20% of the time. Anytime I ask for any kind of recommendations, they're usually pitching tribal products to me or Nugs. But yeah, High Tide owns Cannara, and that's where I shop. And like I said, this is another name that's in a monthly uptrend. So right now, High Tide and Cannara Biotech are one of the only names in the space that are in monthly uptrends. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure they're the only ones in monthly uptrends at the moment. VFF was doing okay on the monthly time frame. You could actually say that VFF is still in a monthly uptrend because we had our low, high, higher low, and higher high. We're just looking for a higher low here compared to 58 cents. SNDL was another one that was in a monthly uptrend, but we did confirm a monthly downtrend here with a high, low, lower high, and lower low. So LOVE and High Tide standing out as the strongest, technically speaking. If we take a look at the weekly time frame here, we had a stochastic and a MACD bull cross as well. We're well above the 10-week moving average, and we're going parabolic. So we have that $1 psychological incoming as resistance. And if we take a look at LOVE chart here, there was another price action resistance at $1.05. So yeah, the high of March 2024, we had a high of 104. So that'll be the next major resistance coming up at $1 and 104. It's great that we're in a monthly uptrend, but the whole sector continues to bleed out. We need the whole sector to confirm monthly uptrends and to start new bull cycles, or else we're just going to expect, these moves to kind of fade or just go sideways. We're not really going to see, any kind of 52-week highs or all-time highs or anything like that until the whole sector confirms the reversal, right? And so we still got a lot of work to do. We also have the 200 weekly moving average at 105. So there's a lot of resistance there around 105. Like I said, unless the whole sector starts to reverse, I can't see us really breaking above 105 and gaining some real momentum price performance wise until the rest of the sector follow suit. Because like I said, it doesn't matter if you're profitable, unprofitable, it doesn't matter if you're a Canadian LP or a US MSO, it doesn't matter. Retailer, ETF, they're all in the dumps. And it doesn't matter, like a Green Thumb, for example, right? Super profitable company, great results, but stocks down over 50% in the last, from mid 2024 thereabouts. So again, the whole sector moves together and it doesn't trade on fundamentals or earnings or anything like that. While it's great to see Cannara Biotech was up quite a bit today, based off of these earnings, yes, it can move the stock. But again, if the whole sector continues to see more downside, it's probably just going to top out around $1, $1.05, like I said, major resistance, and then kind of fade that back, right? We need the whole sector to reverse and follow suit. But we also had a daily golden cross as well. The 50-day was below the 200-day moving average, and that crossed. So that when that cross occurred, price was at around 78, 79 cents. And then now we're seeing that follow through coming up on $1. So golden cross was a great clue. And like I said, the fact that we confirmed a monthly uptrend, even if you just entered on a monthly uptrend confirmation, right, with the low, high, higher, low, and higher high, once we broke resistance there at 77 cents, that was a monthly uptrend confirmed. And even if you just entered there, that'd be 25% of upside. So like I said, congrats to the Cannara team. Fantastic quarter and really just getting started in the Cannara Biotech story. I'm going to be looking to add more to my position as well. I've got pretty decent positions started, but I'll be looking to add, and I still got 100% of my TFSA contribution room for 2025. If you're a Canadian, you get, if you're like me and you max it out, you get an extra $7,000. So I'll be putting some of that aside for some Cannara addition. And I'm going to be holding off until crypto finishes its blow off top moment and then looking to rotate all of those profits into more beaten down MJ. But let me know what you think of this quarter. Do you own Cannara stock? Like I said, very bullish on it long term and proud shareholder. Once again, congratulations. Fantastic job by the team. And what a great report. Looking forward to the next one. All right, going into there, it's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll catch you on the next video.